Hello and welcome to day 20. Before we begin this hypnosis, I'd like to invite you to grab a pen and a notebook or a journal or just a blank sheet of paper. If you don't have anything you can write on, you can do this on your phone and you can use a stylus. Does anybody still use? Let's begin. I want you to take a moment to connect with yourself. Take a deep breath in and release. After I ask each question, I want you to pause this and I want you to write out your answer. And I don't want you to think about your answer too much, okay? I want you to write the first thing or things that come to mind. The first question is, what feeling or memory or event am I trying to eat away? What feeling, memory, or event am I trying to eat away? Pause this now and write out the first thing that comes to mind. What pain am I trying to bury with food? What pain am I trying to bury with food? What am I using food to distract me from? What am I using food and my obsession with food to distract me from? Distract me from it currently? It's happening currently, or it happened in the past? What am I using food to distract me from? What am I hoping I won't have to think about or do if I just keep eating? What am I hoping I won't have to think about or do if I just keep eating? The answers to some of these questions might be the same. It might be something new coming up. But just pause after each question and write. Just write. Don't judge, don't think, just write. And the final question is, what don't I want to feel? What don't I want to feel? I heard a quote once, and it was, we have to peel to feel to heal. And when I say peel, I'm not talking about oranges, boo-boo. Until we bring into light that which we are trying to shove down into the darkness, we will keep eating. We will keep eating it away until we bring it to the light. The first step in healing is awareness. Awareness is the first step in the healing process. And we're not doing this to bring up old trauma and things that we don't want to talk about or think about or feel, but we're doing this because this is the way out. This is the way out. The only way out of this food addiction is through the things you don't want to talk about, that you don't want to deal with, you don't want to feel. And there's nothing wrong with you if you don't want to feel these things or talk about these things or think about these things. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not bad or stupid. You're not weak. You're just trying to protect yourself. We have never been taught how to deal with these horrible things that have happened to you. We have never been taught how to feel and deal. So the first step is awareness, becoming aware of what we're doing, becoming aware of why we're eating, of why we're choosing unhealthy foods, of why we're binging on those unhealthy foods. Honestly, you can binge on healthy foods too. I have some fruity cuties that are doing exactly what I used to do, and I'm helping them through the process of no longer binging on fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, because the truth is that you can stuff yourself until you're sick, until you're uncomfortable every single day, every meal. You can do that with raw foods too, and that's not healthy either. Eating until you're full, yes, super healthy. I highly recommend it until you're satisfied. But if you have a food addiction and you're trying to shove things down, if you're trying to solve an internal problem with an external solution, then you will be hurting yourself and torturing yourself and using food as a drug and using food as a numbing agent. And you can even do that with raw foods. I did it for many, many, many years, where I ate and ate and ate dates and the almond butter and ice cream and chocolate and cashew butter and cacao bars and kale chips and cheesecakes and the raw vegan, all the stuff. And you can even do it with fruit. If you're in pain, if you know you're eating when you're not hungry, then there's something else going on. And if you're not hungry, then food is never the solution. So I want to say thank you so much for being here and taking the first step, which is awareness. We must become conscious of what's really going on, what's really driving our actions, so that we can let them go, so we can feel, maybe cry, maybe journal, talk to a therapist, talk to a trusted friend, hit the bed, use a tennis racket to hit the bed, scream in our car, take a kickboxing class. It depends on what emotions we're feeling, but anger is best released by screaming or hitting a bed or even crying it out sometimes with anger. And sadness, of course, crying, talking it out, writing it out. These are so healing. Sharing with someone is extremely healing, so I would highly recommend that you seek out a therapist. You can do that using Google, or ChatGPT can help you find someone that will be specializing in exactly what you're dealing with. So important. I'm in therapy myself. I've been in therapy for a long time now because it has helped me so much with my food addiction and to no longer binge and punish myself with food. I just wanted to share that in case it inspires anyone. And if you're thinking about anything else, just write it down. Whatever comes to you, no matter how small, no matter how big, no matter how silly or heavy it feels, I want you to write some things down, and they might come to you during the hypnosis. And so I would ask you to please keep your eyes closed, and then afterwards, keep that journal and that pen close by, or that phone and stylus. I don't think anybody has a stylus anymore. Does anybody? Don't tell anyone. That's embarrassing. The only stylist you should have is somebody who dresses you. Okay? No, don't do it. Why do you have a stylist still? Stop it. I bet somebody listening to this has a stylist. I can't. You know what? Rest in peace. My mom had a stylist. The person listening to this that has a stylist they over 80 for sure. And I love you for that, boo. Thank you for being here, because you're proving that it's never too late. It's never too late. So if you're over 80 listening to this, taking this course, then you know what? You, my boo, email me. I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you a few of my books for free. Okay, nobody email me pretending to be 80. You got to take a photo with your stylist and you. Get your grandkids to take a photo of you, because I know you can't figure out the camera, how to flip the camera. and email it to me. They're going to have to help you email it to. Okay, let's get back to work. So let's begin. One more powerful question before we do begin, okay? If you didn't spend so much time thinking about food, obsessing over food and your body, planning your diet, counting your calories, getting on the scale every morning, every night, before you poop, after you poop, before you eat, buying food, preparing food, beating yourself up for not being perfect, and eating, if you didn't spend so much time around food, the question is, what would you be free to do? And maybe more importantly, what are you scared to do with that freedom, with that free time? You're using food for something. There's something else going on besides hunger, because you and I know that we eat beyond our hunger. So what is that thing that you're scared to do with all the time that you are currently using eating and being upset and obsessing over food and dieting and planning? And let the answers come to you. And if there's nothing, that's okay. It will come to you in this meditation, in this hypnosis that we're going to do. We're going to do a meditation first, and then we're going to go right into hypnosis, and let the answers come to you. If they don't, just sit with it. Just sit with it after the hypnosis. They will come within the next 24 to 48 hours. If you turn off your phone and just start writing, I promise you the answers will come. And what I like to do sometimes when I don't know the answer to something, I just like to sit quietly with my phone off, my eyes closed, and I like to ask the question, what would I do if I wasn't trying to eat away my free time? What would I do? Would I work on that book? Would I start a YouTube channel? Would I go back to school? Would I go for that dream job, that dream career? Would I start my own business? Would I start taking singing lessons or dancing lessons? Or would I teach myself how to sing or dance? Or would I organize my house? Would I clean my house? Would I tend to something that needs attention and I don't want to start because it's overwhelming? What would you do with that time? You can feel free to pause this as long as you'd like, for you to think about it or write about it. You know, something I had to learn, which is everyone has trauma. Everyone has something they don't want to think about or face or feel. And the healthy people who do not have any unhealthy addictions, they've done the work to find healthy ways to deal with life, to deal with trauma, to deal with stress, to deal with life. Life comes with some really horrible things. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for whatever you have went through. You didn't deserve that. No one deserves that. But I'm really proud of you for being here and being willing to do what it takes to no longer use food as your drug of choice and to find healthier ways to deal with life. So if you're interested in my 30-day weight loss hypnosis course, I will leave a link below so you can check it out. And I just want to say thank you so much. Last thing is, if you don't have anyone that you feel comfortable talking to, again, I really recommend, if you can afford it financially, a therapist will be so helpful. Specifically, find one who is specialized and experienced in dealing with the kind of trauma that you have faced. It will change your life. If you can't do that, if you can't financially afford that, I am certainly no therapist, but if you'd like to share the answers to the questions that we asked earlier, you can absolutely email me and I will be here for you. I just don't want you to feel like you're completely alone, because you're not. You are not alone. If you have a trusted friend, maybe you can talk to them about it, but it has to be with somebody who's not gonna judge you or make you feel stupid or silly or weak or wrong in any way for the way you feel. Your feelings are valid, and there's nothing wrong with you, and there's never been anything wrong with you. You are good enough, and you deserve to heal from this. And thank you so much for doing this exercise. I'll see you in the next video.